Hey guys, welcome to class 2. Today we're going to talk about conditional self-acceptance. What is it? So one of the people I studied was a guy called Albert Ellis. He was a creator of cognitive behavioral therapy, and he talked about the myth of self-esteem. So most people think self-esteem is a good thing. Now, let's actually look what it is. Esteem comes from the Latin estimare, which means to estimate. So when we say self-esteem, what we're actually saying is we are estimating our value, estimating ourselves. Now, what's the problem with that? Well, most of the time people estimate themselves based on their career, their relationships, whether their bank account is looking good, how they look physically, how they're doing on the inside. Like, we value ourselves across a whole range of different variables. So when things are going well, then maybe you have a high opinion of yourself, you have a high value. When you're winning at life, then things are good. But the problem with this model of self-esteem is when things aren't going well, when we aren't achieving our goals, our objectives, then we have a low value of ourselves. Now, the experience of this model is that life is a bit like a roller coaster. Now, in reality, if we do a real reality check, when you look at most people's lives, most people are dealing with something. Life doesn't go according to plan, and most of the time stuff happens that we're not even expecting. So when we have this model of estimating one's value, it means that we're always getting triggered. So it's not consistent and it's pretty stressful. So what is conditioned awareness? Everyone's awareness is conditioned. From a very young age, we decide and we work out the things that we like and the things that we don't like, the things that are good and the things that are bad. And all of this stuff kind of goes into our computer and it programs us. So the way that we see reality is through the lens of what we like, what we don't like, what is good and what is bad. So imagine the effect that has on how you see reality. When you already have that layer, that filter, you're going to see things and you're going to think, I don't like that, I like this. And we're constantly judging, we're constantly estimating our reality. And that's what we call conditioned awareness. We have been conditioned. We are literally looking at life through that filter. So the same is true for how we rank ourselves. We have this conditioned awareness that we focus externally with, but we also turn it internally. And what that means is we judge ourselves as bad when we don't meet certain criteria. And we are the ones that created that criteria. There's nobody else out there. There's nobody judging us. There's nobody telling us what we can and can't do. It's us. We have set our own limitations. We have done our own conditioning. We are 100% responsible for how we choose to see reality. But the thing with ourselves is we don't just judge ourselves when things don't go well. We judge our value. We judge our worth as a human being. Right? When we judge ourselves, we are like the judge, we are like the jury, and we're the victim. So the judge says, look, this is what the truth is. The jury kind of, they give it the stamp of approval. And then the victim is the person that experiences it. So it all comes together. I always like to joke, who needs enemies when we've got ourselves? So most human beings are living in this conditional awareness of life. Life is pretty good. But when we have our certain criteria about is what is good and what is not good, it means most of the stuff that comes our way, we don't want it because we only want the stuff over there and we're trying to avoid the stuff over there. So that conditioned awareness shapes everything, but it also shapes how we see ourselves and how we value ourselves and our worth. So let me give you a couple of examples. If I don't get the number of likes on Instagram, then that means there's something wrong with me. If I get rejected on Tinder, it means I'm unlikable or I'm unlovable. If everyone else is dating someone but I'm single, it means there's something wrong with me. If my bank account is empty, it means I'm useless. If I didn't get that job, it means I'm useless, I'm no good. Can you see that this is conditional awareness? Unless we get what we want, what we need, We make it mean something about ourselves. And this is how we frame and set ourselves up for suffering. So the lesson for today is all human beings have conditional self-acceptance. There is a global pandemic. It is everywhere. It's in our politicians. It's in our journalists. It's in our culture, our family. It's everywhere. So begin to start noticing it, if you can, conditional self-acceptance in other people, but also in yourself. I'll see you soon.